Okay, how do you set a flight creek up in the wind? The first thing you do is get your pole set up and lay them down where you think your tent's going to go. Okay, then grab your tent main body and 4 stakes. Go into the wind where your foot box is. Put the main pole in this strap there, and then stake down the 2 ends that are into the wind. And you can see it's kind of holding it in place. Next, I'm going to spread the main body of the tent out and stake it down on the, I guess, the leeward side of the wind. Okay, now you'll notice I got all 4 corners staked down, but I haven't run up the poles yet. Next, I'm going to take my ground cloth. I'm going to put the ground cloth now underneath, which is Tyvek's, underneath the tent. If I tried to put it down first, as I found out, it just keeps blowing around. Okay, my Tyvek is now underneath. One of the things I had to make sure I did is zip up the zipper for the entrance. It was open when because I packed it up in the rain. I usually will close it when I pack it up because I've made the mistake before of setting it up with a little bit of a breeze with the door open, and it just acts like a big catcher of all sorts of flies and bugs and bees. So you want to always have it closed. It was open when I packed it because it was wet. So before I lift it up here, I want to make sure that screen is closed. All right, I'm going to attach the poles and attach the tent to the poles next. Okay, the tent's up, and once that happens, don't be surprised if you have to move the ground cloth around a little bit. I had to move mine over to the starboard side a little bit. Oh, sorry, nautical term. Starboard means right, port means left. How you can remember it is left has 4 letters and port has 4 letters. So now you know, starboard and port. All right, let's see. Now I'm going to put the rain fly on, and to do that, because of the wind, I will start down here, once again into the wind, and hook it there first. Probably pull it tight and hook in the 2 corners on the end here, on each end, and then I'll work on doing the guy lines. All right, here we go. Okay, I've got the fly attached. Went ahead and attached the foot box points down here on the spikes. You can see that even though the wind is at my back, it's favoring just a little bit the port side here, this left side. So that's the purpose of these tie outs. So I'll tie those out next. This seam right here is the one that was leaking, that drops down into the gear little storage mesh that's up underneath there that's built in. That was getting my headlamp wet and hitting me in the face a little bit. And then this seam here, up in here, was leaking a little bit. Okay, I gotta stop talking. I gotta get this thing staked out. That just about collapsed. The tent is gonna break a ball. I've only used these one time, and that was up on top of White Top prior to Mount Rogers when I got caught in that really bad storm. This is to help with things like that wind. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing staked out and actually use these to help keep this thing from collapsing. Okay, there it is. It's staked out. I'm going to get some of my gear in it to help give it a little more stability. But you can see that the importance of these side poles here to help give that some lateral stability in case the wind starts to blow real hard. And like I said, I've never used these except once, but they're definitely coming in handy now. And I suppose I could even guide them back this way a little bit if I need to, depending upon what the wind is doing. So anyway, that's how you set up a flight creek UL2 in the wind. All right, wish I could have got it on time lapse for you, but I just thought about that. Oh well, kind of hard to get the narrative to. Anyway, so that's what it looks like when it's all set up, and in this way too. Most likely I'll end up having to cook in the vestibule, which is why I like to use the isobutane cook stoves instead of the alcohol. I would not want to do alcohol in my vestibule. You can't control the heat, and if you spill it, you're pretty much going to catch your tent on fire. Of course, if you're not the gas stove over, I guess it could do the same thing. So it is a little bit risky, but sometimes you have to do what you got to do. All right, so here's trail tip number 2, I guess. Setting up a big Agnes in the wind.